Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Sony 2.0, and I'm here today with another Champion Spotlight. As Riot has announced today, November the 25th, 2014, the next champion that's going to be coming to League of Legends, Rek'Sai, the Void Burrower. This is a champion who kind of to me feels like a Void Gnar. And after I did my Champion Spotlight of Azir, they've been pumping out these champs and I was unable to get Kalista done. So I'm going to get back into it with Rek'Sai. Guys, he looks like kind of a versatile champ. Going to be what looks like a little bit more tanky. Another melee champion, probably a good jungler. I don't know exactly what he's going to be utilized as because there's just not a whole lot of information out. Even on the PvE, not a whole lot out there. What we're going to do today is walk through all of his abilities and just talk about my first impressions. First off, his passive, Fury of Xer'Sai. Rek'Sai gains Fury whenever she attacks her enemies. Burrowing consumes this Fury and briefly regenerates her health. Basically, by toggling her W, which we'll talk about in a few seconds, she will be able to gain some of the health back. Again, I did think that she was very similar to Gnar in the fact that when he goes into his big Gnar mode, he does gain some health regen back and get some defensive abilities. Moving down the list to her Q. One of the things that you should know about Rek'Sai is basically everything has two sides of it. Either the passive or the unburrowed side of it, and then the burrowed side of it. So her Q goes right along with that. In the unburrowed side of Queen's Wrath, Rek'Sai lashes out, dealing damage to all enemies around her with her next 3 basic attacks. This is going to be a little bit of a damage spike and give her some potency when she's attacking in lane. Also is going to help with last hitting multiple minions. In the burrowed stage, Prey Seeker, Rek'Sai fires out a pulse of void energy in a straight line skill shot that detonates on the first enemy struck, damaging and revealing the target, and all nearby enemies also hit by the missile's explosion. This champion has a few abilities that are going to help to expose where enemies are, and I feel like in lane, if you're using Rek'Sai, maybe even as a support, that this is going to help to, this champ will be good in detecting ganks coming in, possibly. We'll just have to see how it works. Moving on to the W. This is the Burrow and Unburrow. The Unburrow part of this is where Rek'Sai burrows underground, gaining Terror Sense, which is a unique mechanic that shows Rek'Sai's all enemy movement. So whenever he's underneath there, he can see what's going on, and this is what I was talking about with visualization and being able to detect those ganks coming in. In the Burrow to Unburrow, Rek'Sai bursts out into the open, knocking up and damaging all surrounding enemies. In the middle of a team fight, he will run in, he'll jump underground, run in, come up underneath them and knock them all up. Sounds like he's going to be a really nice pairing for someone like Yasuo. Going on to his E, Furious Bite and Tunnel. In the unburrowed side of it, Furious Bite, Rek'Sai bites her target, dealing increased damage on her Fury. This is all based on how much Fury bar you're going on, or true damage if she has a full Fury bar. This to me is a huge part of what's going to make Rek'Sai such a monster, is that true damage in this game is really ruling, dominating of lanes and getting a large amount of kills, doing damage to your enemies. In the burrowed stage, Tunnel, Rek'Sai digs toward a target location, creating a pair of long-lasting tunnels at the two ends of her path. This is going to come in very useful for her ultimate. The E is paired with her ultimate. And I was just discussing with one of my friends how I thought this might work, because at first sight, her ultimate feels like it may be overpowered. However, she has to have these tunnels out to be able to use her ultimate to transport across the map anywhere and help out her teammates. It is yet to be known, to me at least, if these tunnels are going to have a health bar, something that they can, something that you can destroy so that she's unable to use them. One of the other abilities that these burrowed tunnels may be good for is leaving them near objectives, leaving them near common choke points, putting them in bushes so that you can get into a fight or help your teammates out when a fight is happening away from your lane. Again, this is all going to be dependent on where Rek'Sai is going to be utilized. To me, looks like jungle, maybe a top laner, and possibly a support. It's going to take us to her last ability, which is her ultimate, Void Rush. In the passive, Rek'Sai gains attack speed. This is obviously going to scale with attack speed items, very similar to what you might build Gnar with. Getting attack speed on him is fantastic, and I feel like Rek'Sai with her is going to be just as useful. The active. Rek'Sai channels briefly before burrowing and dashing towards any of her tunnels, briefly gaining significant move speed once she emerges. This will help to get into a fight, and if you pair this with her burrow ability where she can go underneath them, come up from the tunnel and knock them up, the W that this is what this could be a little bit ruthless, I think, for enemy teammates. Guys, I want to know what you think down in the comments section below. If Rek'Sai seems like a champ you want to play, do you think that her ultimate is going to be overpowered? Like I said, at first sight, I was kind of like, oh man, this might get a little bit crazy. But given that she has to have those tunnels out, it really is going to depend on how many tunnels she can have out at one time, how she is able to get those tunnels dispersed, where she uses them, and then how good the player is at utilizing them. Also, with her visibility, being able to detect any movement from enemies is fantastic. I think that's a great advantage for using her as a support or a counterpart to aid in getting vision for your team. Guys, again, my name is Tony 2.0. If you like this video, please click like for me, subscribe if you are new, and I will try to keep up on these champion spotlights. However, with my schedule and how quickly they've been putting these things out, it's a little bit difficult. Guys, thanks for checking this out. Peace.